I believe that every single moment in your life comes down to two choices. Yes, two. And most of us don't even realize we're making them. That's probably the most important thing I've ever learned from building my business, my weight loss journey, and just living life the best way with ADHD. And the crazy thing, it's not about the choices themselves. It's about what they build over time. Let me just emphasize for you. Every day, without even noticing it, we keep picking one of them. But what happens when you start being mindful and start choosing differently? For me, this shows up in the smallest of ways. Do I go to the gym or do I stay home? Do I eat that chocolate bar or not? Or do I send that one extra client email? Or do I just collapse on the sofa because I'm worn out? And if you have ADHD like me, you know that these tiny, small decisions can feel like a full-time battle. And if truth be told, you don't even need ADHD to know what I'm talking about now. Because the couch doesn't just look comfortable, it looks like the most logical opinion in the universe. I think I probably meant option. I struggled with this for many years, but what I really wanted was so simple. I wanted to lose weight. I wanted to be in control of my life and not to feel like I was stuck at the starting line while everyone was sprinting ahead. The truth is, ADHD makes the "don't do it" voice so much louder. A truck out in Norway. Anyway, the easy choice is like lit up by a neon sign, and the hard choice feels dim, buried and wrapped in 10 layers of resistance. I actually used to beat myself up because of this. I thought maybe I just wasn't motivated enough. It didn't have anything to do with motivation. It was my brain fighting itself on every part of the day. But we need to understand this. One skipped workout isn't the problem. One bar of chocolate isn't the problem. One lazy day isn't the problem. It's when they pile up. That's actually when the problem starts. Day after day and choice by choice, I started to wonder and looked around, and I found this important thing. I was getting heavier, my business had little growth, and I was drowning in frustration. So what changed? Because I didn't wake up one day cured of ADHD, and I wasn't just magically motivated someday. Something clicked. Something simple. And once I saw it, I couldn't unsee it. It came down to this. Every single moment is a choice. A choice needs to be made. And if you don't make that choice, your mind is gonna make it for you. Do or don't do. That's it. When I started leaning into doing, even in the tiniest ways, the results too started stacking up. Slowly at first, but then faster and faster and faster and faster. It was never about perfection. It wasn't about never messing up either. It was always about building a pattern piece by piece. Take weight loss, for example. I told myself for years that I was going to lose like 15 or 20 kilos. Let's go! That goal was so big my brain just short-circuited. So instead I asked, will I go to the gym today? Yes or no? Will I drink water instead of soda? Yes or no? One choice at a time. And nothing seemed to change. But weeks later, I started to notice something change. My pants were fitting kind of differently. I started having more energy and in the evenings too. And suddenly, I realized I was actually starting to lose some weight. And it wasn't to chase some goals either. It was by doing more, saying yes and no when I need to, but doing the things I need. We're going out just one more time for the day. Some days are spent almost more in the car than at home. Same thing though in my company. Just give me like 10 seconds. So in my company I could shut down my computer at 4 p.m. or I could send one more email, make one more phone call, or post one more thing. 90% of the time, nothing happened immediately, but those last 10%, that's where magic started. New clients and unexpected opportunities, and also extra income, all because I did. I started and I did. Before I let my brain decide after arguing with itself. And now I decide either I do or I don't. You know ADHD brains love dopamine, don't you? And you know what brings dopamine? Winning and seeing results. And I started realizing something big in business too. Every time I chose to do, I stacked small wins. And that's not the worst addiction to have. The hardest part about ADHD is not that we don't want to succeed. So I'm on kind of a diet, but waffles? Yeah, I'll do that. Is that starting and finishing feels impossible. So project looks like mountains and all the motivation disappears. So when I stopped asking myself, can I finish this? I started asking, what do I need to be able to do this? And what's the first step in that process? Then everything changed. And that's how I finally started starting things and finishing them. Not because I just became super disciplined overnight, but more because I broke life down to several hundred pieces of yes or no, or do or don't. So maybe the real question isn't if you can reach your goals. The real question is, when the time comes, when the choice comes, will you do or will you not?